I'm glad to be back. Things got pretty hectic back there. We make quite a good team, don't we?
What took you so long? While you've been sightseeing and taking it easy, I've been doing the donkey work and finding out what's behind the reality virus. First things first, though, I can detect a force is trying to fix us in a tractor beam. I'm not having that. I'm going to remote pilot the TARDIS away from Earth. Back in a tick, and you might want to find something to hang on to.
Okay, pull the activation lever and let's go.
Nicely done. We've landed on... Let me see... Metabilis 4. Ah, well. It's better than Metabilis 3, but nowhere near as good as Metabilis 1 or 2. They were great. I told you I've been tracking down what was behind the reality virus. Well, now I know, and it's not good news. But if you're risking your life to help me, I think you deserve to know the truth. Emma, maybe you can generate some images to go along with what I'm telling you. Right then. Billions of millennia ago, when the universe was fragile and new, planets formed and stars began to burn. And at some point, no one really knows when, the very first sentient life form in all of creation was born. Or maybe I should say, she began to exist. The universe's first creature with conscious awareness was, by definition, all alone in the world. She spawned more of her own species, nurtured them. She was the very first mother. The cosmos expanded. Planets and stars became vast galaxies, and life spread throughout countless systems, throughout centuries. And that first sentient being, let's call her the First, while she slept for billions of years. But as the prototype for all consciousness, the First had design faults, teething problems, the most serious of which was very obvious. She didn't know how to die. When she was revived, she looked on in absolute horror at what her children had turned into. Their warfare and cruelty and brutality all appalled her. She felt duty-bound to right these wrongs. She was compelled to destroy her creations, to eradicate all sentient life, to return the universe to how it had been when she gazed across the first horizons, to atone. The First has evolved into a super intelligent but very damaged figure. She's experienced many forms over the years, but now, I believe, she's humanoid. She sees herself as simply escalating a process that species right across the universe are already hell-bent upon. She's nurturing conflict and chaos and destruction so she can end their plight and begin anew. She's not a god, and she's not evil. She wants redemption. She wants another chance. She wants children who love her and each other. And we, well, we have to stop her.
So that's who's behind the reality virus. That's who we're up against.
That's who we're up against. We're close, though. Get hold of the final time crystal, and the TARDIS can get all three of them to me, so I can get back to where I should be, and, you know, save the universe. It's what I do best. I just want to warn you, though. The TARDIS has sensed the First is near. The danger's never been greater. Be careful.
at this place. Hey, I don't want to be that guy, but I've already got some bad news. The sands that blow across the surface of this planet are somehow blocking my Zyton readings. That means you're going to have to find the last time crystal the old school way.
You are welcome, visitors. Enjoy the serenity and grace of our world.
I think it's the planet itself welcoming us. That's it. Keep doing that. I think it's working. Good old sun. It's the time crystal. Ah! I didn't think it'd be that easy. Right. I may have spoken too soon. Hey, at least it can't get any worse. I'm thinking we gotta go through those big doors. That's where you come in. Looks like that's it. Oh, what? That's a Dalek. I thought this place was meant to be serene and peaceful. Shh! Don't be too loud. Daleks can detect even the slightest sound. And we really need to get past this one and through.
Scanning!
If you wander into its light or get too close, they'll attack like there's no tomorrow. And if you die, there may not be a tomorrow. That was a close one. Okay, I've tapped into the TARDIS database. And you know I said things couldn't get any worse? Yeah, well, I was wrong. Remember that time glitch? Well, now we're in a future where the Daleks invaded the planet. They're trying to work out how to harness the power of the time crystals. The more immediate...
Dalek Command reports that Earth has fallen. Our empire stretches from Skaro to New Spyridon. We must reign supreme. The Dalek Empire must be universal. The new power source will unlock total dominion for the Daleks. Reports indicate the presence of temporal anomalies. Message to Dalek Command. Artron energy has been detected. We believe the enemies of the Daleks. An associate of the Doctor. The intruder will be destroyed. Death to the enemy. Death to the enemies of the Daleks! Attention all combat units patrolling the temple! Intruders must be exterminated! to the enemies of the Daleks. Unit patrol completed in Area 8. 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 Death to the enemies of the Daleks! Unit patrol completed in area. Commencing analysis of object. Evaluate. Investigation successful. The item poses no threat. Possible diversion detected. I will investigate and exterminate. Security sensors have locked onto unidentified object. The object has possible diversion detected. I will investigate and exterminate any opposition.
These things are there?
Power source must be guarded.
We need to get that door open.
Dalek Command reports there are intruders in the temple. Any unauthorized presence will be destroyed.
That Dalek is blocking our way. You need to get it to move.
Dalek Command reports there are intruders in the temple. Any unauthorized
As long as we're
presence
not
will
directly
be
in its line of sight,
destroyed.
it won't be able to see us. We could use that massive pillar for cover.
Dalek Command reports there are intruders in the temple. Any unauthorized presence will be
We need to get
destroyed.
that door open.
Daleks patrols in
That Dalek
progress.
is blocking our
All
way.
rebels
We
will
need to get
be
it to move.
located and executed. Dalek Command reports
As
there
long as we're not
are
directly in its
intruders
line of
in the
sight,
temple.
it won't be able to
Any
see us.
unauthorized presence
use that
will be
massive pillar for
destroyed. Daleks patrols in progress. All
We need to get
rebels
that
will
door
be
open.
located and executed. The power source must
That
be
Dalek is
guarded.
blocking our way. You need to get it to move.
Daleks patrols in progress. All rebels will be located
As long as we're not
and
directly in its line of
executed.
sight, it won't be able to see us. We could use that massive pillar for cover.
Daleks patrols in progress. All rebels will be located and executed.
We need to get that door open.
Unsanctioned. The object has been scanned, assessed, and is understood.
That Dalek is blocking our way. You need to get it to move.
Daleks patrols in progress. All rebels will be
As long as we're not
located
directly in
and
its line of sight, it
executed.
won't be able to see us. We could use that massive pillar for cover.
The power source must be guarded. Dalek Command reports there are intruders in the temple. Any unauthorized presence will be destroyed.
Wow. That was intense.
Unsanctioned.
Can you imagine what it's like to be the Doctor and do this kind of stuff all the time? For me personally, I'll take the TARDIS database over killer aliens any day of the week. I don't think these ones are occupied, so to speak. You're not thinking what I'm thinking, are you? We need to reach that time crystal, but it looks like this is a dead end. Great minds really do think alike. Okay, I'm gonna control the movement because I'm pretty sure I'm a better driver than you. You take care of the shooty bits. And just so you don't freak, I've altered the power setting on the weaponry you'll be using. When you blast a Dalek, you're only taking out its casing. You're not actually killing the creature inside. Okay, let's go. How are there so many of them here? Okay, let's do this.
The intruder must be eliminated.
Okay, get us through those doors. Watch out for that drone!
Sensors indicate damage to primary life support system. Secondary, my casing has suffered catastrophic damage. I have failed. I have... Traitors, immobilized. The Daleks will take vengeance for your brutality.
Look! A modular power-up! Destroy it, and your hand cannon will rise to power levels over 9,000!
Systems impaired. The human is a capable warrior and must be destroyed. I have been rendered inoperative.
Your weapons will overheat if you shoot for too long, so be careful.
Human, you face the Daleks. Your destruction is assured. The massive damage sustained is rare. Loss of control! Malfunction! Malfunction!
Multiple Daleks
Malfunction!
incoming! It's not over yet!
The intruder has commandeered a Dalek's casing. This blasphemy must be. You dare to attack a Dalek? You will be exterminated. Systems impaired. The human is an effective warrior and must be destroyed.
close! Dig deep and let's do this! The dais is protected by an energy force field. We need to disable it. Shoot those power nodules! It'll leave the dais exposed. Grab that power. Those power nodules need to be disabled. It'll give us a brief window to destroy the dais. Hurry though, they'll recharge after a few seconds. Come on, it's so close. Dig deep and let's do this. The dais is protected by an energy force field. We need to disable it. Whoa. A Dalek casing. It's gone. Oh man. I was starting to feel at home in there. There must be a way to activate this stone dais. The TARDIS. What? What's it doing here? We've got to go in and see what's happening. What the? What's going on? The TARDIS has been destroyed. We're too late. She's wiped out reality. Okay, we're in the inner temple of the First, and here she is. Don't try anything rash. She's unbelievably powerful.
Unbelievably powerful. You say it like it was a bad thing. Power, in the right hands, can be beautiful. And you don't have to worry about my omnipotence. After all, Mother knows best. I only wanted what was best for my children. Would you hold that against me? Could you hold that against any parent? The only difference is, I have the power to make my resolve become reality. I will give you a second chance. I will give all living creatures rebirth. And before that rebirth, I ask for only one thing: your death. Universal annihilation in exchange for a brighter tomorrow.
Wow. Talk about tough love.
I love you all. Good night.
I'm gonna need your help more than ever now, because the universe is hanging by a thread. The reality virus has deleted the TARDIS interior and wiped out almost everything. But hey, I love a good almost. And right now, that almost says to me, you can still do this. You can fight it. You can come back. Because this time round, I found out very quickly that sometimes all it really needs is a leap of faith.
Back in the land of the living, are you? The doctor filled me in. Turns out she didn't need the Zyton. But she did need you to visit all those places to collect the time crystals, because she knew the First was watching her, and by extension, watching you.
Those locations were the last things in the First's memory, and so they're virtually the last snatches of reality to be destroyed. I've hidden 3 items, one in each of 3 environments.
The doctor disguised the items, but all of them has something unique about their physical appearance. A clue that suggests they're bound up with the First in some way.
I'll explain later, but when they're placed together, they'll form a device powerful enough to deal with the First. I hope. Because the universe is so fractured, to reach a location that still exists, you just have to visualize it. That's what you've got to do now. I can't help you, because the voice you're hearing now is a simple psychic projection while I keep the First busy.
First, you must remember the office from the London Laundrette. Let your memories guide us to where we need to go now. I'm losing you.
Our neural connection's drifting. Can you still hear me?
Is there anything in there that looks familiar? Anything that stands out? Any markings? When you see it, grab it. Great! And our neural connection is strengthening. Our optic connection is getting clearer. Start looking for the... You got it! We need just one more piece, which means one more memory.
What? What do you think you're doing? Are you trying to interfere with my plans?
Ignore her. Just find the third object, and let's get out of here. You did it! We've got the final piece of the device. I'm gonna pull you back to the temple so we can put the 3 pieces together. We're back! Oh! What happened? The objects, they're here, but what do we do now?
You're too late. Don't you see that? I'm redeeming my children, giving you all a second chance. Why would you fight against that? Happy Mother's Day.
I think we need some help. Doctor? What now?
My lot, my people, they reckoned the First might make it here someday, so they created a device powerful and ingenious enough to send her back to her beginning. It was too dangerous to leave lying about. So I split it into 3 and hid it. I knew the First would be watching me, so I needed you to make sure those locations were amongst the last to exist, and that you could get back to them. That was crucial. You had to know them really well. I've appealed to the First to let us continue to live our lives, offered her a truce. She refused. So now you have to send her back to the genesis of time using the device you've assembled. You've hardly any time left.
I know what you've got to do. You've got to sonic the device.
Yes! You did it! You...
Think of me kindly when I'm gone. When you see a sunset or flowers, remember my love for you. I only wanted what was best for my children. For you.
Well, I don't want you to get too big for your boots, but guess what? I reckon you just saved the universe. The First's been flung back to the beginning of time, but she's not dead. Without her, the virus ceased to exist and reality has snapped back into place. But because the First lives, she's effectively in a time loop. She will try time and time again to unleash the virus and wipe out all of sentient creation. Her threat will recur over and over. She will always return, which is why you must always be there to stop her. I'm taking you back to where it all started. The little laundrette in London. I'm sorry I misled you. I had to. I let the First kidnap me, and I had to let her think I was done for. I knew she might intercept some messages and knew she wouldn't be worried about you collecting Zyton. Why would she? She thought she was invincible. But all the time I was working with you. I only work with the best, and I knew you fitted the bill. I always know. And before you go, one more thing. Emma, I've downloaded her consciousness into a synthetic person. Someone you might recognise. Away from all this, she's living a happy life because of everything you did. And she is so grateful. We've landed. The TARDIS has brought us home. Recognise this place? Go on. Take a look. You're gonna have to do it all over again to save the universe. And steady. You'll feel disorientated for a second or two. That's because we've shorted out the time differential. But you'll be okay in a tick. Right. This is goodbye. For now. Just two more things. One, thank you. Really, thank you for everything. And two, you remember Emma told you she'd always be your friend? Well,